welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
I got the sneezies.
It has been a day, hasn't it? Who's ready for some D&D?
This senator is.
Yay! I can tell that we're very enthusiastic right now.
Yes.
I am Mistress of Chaos, Leia. Some of y'all might know me from the Wheel of Time community. I am on ThreeFold Talk on Thursday nights, this channel. We are an IEL variety show where we talk, random Wheel of Time stuff. I also have started a Wheel of Time D&D game that is also on this channel. It's called Time to Roll the Dice. We've got 2 episodes out. Another one will be dropping this Friday, so go ahead and check that out. We are going to go round robin, starting with Granite. Talk about your IRL stuff, and then we'll get started.
Hey, I'm Tavern. I'm playing Granite, the Peck Pop of Love character of the group. And I also do a lot of Wheel of Time merch and other kind of fandom merch on Redbubble and TeePublic. And at some point, Wheel and Chill. I'm a co-host of the Wheel and Chill show. And at some point, I will be running a homebrew campaign called Portals. So
I'm going to be on that. I just declared it right now.
Sweet. Mr. Winespring, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Mr. Winespring, and I'm playing as Starman. You can find me on X. You can just look up Mr. Winespring. And yeah, I'm Starman. I am a developer in game and in real life. So just trying to be myself.
All right. Winespring, please introduce your real life self.
My real life self is me. I'm Winespring. You can find me on X at Winespring Cafe. I specialize in recipes that feature fun moments from the Wheel of Time book and TV series on Prime Video. And you can find those at #WhatEats. And at my website, winespringcafe.com. It's super cute. Me and Starman work really hard on that to maintain it for you guys. So check it out.
Hey.
And her food is delicious.
It's delicious.
I don't cook anymore, so I would try your recipes otherwise.
You should do it anyways.
We're gonna cook it for you and then freeze dry it and send it to you as NASA packets.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'll eat that. I eat a lot
It'll be in a toothpaste tube.
Pocket food. She's getting ready for Mars.
I might like it. Yeah.
All right, aliens who does not cook, please introduce yourself.
I do cook. I used to cook professionally, and I'm an amazing cook. But I just have access to a microwave now, so
I don't believe it.
Rice for me. Well, you don't have to believe
She's
it.
She's gonna have to cook something for us. I don't lie.
Love to cook something for you. I'm Aliens, also known as Cara occasionally. And I feel like I'm definitely more Aliens now than I am Cara. So yes, I wrote that book. I can't get the green screen to work.
There we are. We met up in person and I got the book signed, you guys.
Yeah. You need to go to WatCon so you can sign my book.
Look, yes. I got it signed.
I love that. I love that so much. Yes. So I wrote a book. I develop AI. I sometimes build robots, and I actually built a robot myself.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. And I do research and writing and other things. So mostly I do whatever anybody will pay me to do.
Whoa, now this is the family show. Family show.
NASA.
Wait, this is a family show?
Not really. No, not really. I fibbed.
Yes. I feel like that's enough.
All right. Well, let's get started with a recap from the past couple of episodes of the longest one shot ever. We had our intrepid team who lives in a slightly different multiverse of this Earth. something seems to have been wrong with their reality, and they just couldn't put their finger on it. They're all well, 3 of them are employees at NASA. We've got our IBIA, who is an artificial intelligence at NASA. As they were going down to sleep or powering down for the night, there was a flicker, and they found themselves in a completely different planet. Their personal reality was shifted a little bit. Some of their physical traits were different. Our artificial intelligence is in an actual body. As they were trying to figure out what the actual fuck was going on, they went to a bar, talked to the owner of the bar.
The technical term.
Then, yes.
We still don't know.
They also went to the captain of the guards, which is like the police force. Talked with her for a little while, got some information about that pointed them in the direction of this observatory. Found out that a couple of researchers from the observatory had gone missing, and they needed to go talk to one of the head researchers, researcher Morgan Sherry. Our developer Starman created a little tiny device that they call Clippy that was able to plug into the observatory's mainframe.
Oh, you got a Clippy!
Yes! That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm going
That's
to be
exactly
Clippy at
how
one
I
time.
pictured him too.
I'm going to cosplay Wiki or
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to bend myself that way, but I'm going to try.
Oh my God. Start yoga now.
So they were waiting in the lobby for the researcher's assistant Titus to come chat with them. Titus came. Senator Nelson charmed the pants off of him. So Starman, Granite, and IBIA were able to communicate with Clippy to do some deep undercover stealth spy work, trying to infiltrate the observatory's computer systems. From there, they were taken back to researcher Sherry's office. And as researcher Sherry was introducing themselves, IBAI glitched out a little bit and smashed a tea glass against the wall. And from there, the team attempted to subdue IBAI, trying to get them to calm down a little bit. Eventually,
sorry to interrupt. Subdue is too strong a word.
Well,
I don't think we
Actually,
physically did anything.
I mean, you tackled me.
you
did.
physically tackled
I don't know.
IBIA.
It was to
Starman.
protect.
It was a safety tech.
Yeah, it was a safety tackle.
Starman was in the process of creating a little computer chip. What did we call it? I wrote it down.
He was going to
Patch
try to
Tuesday?
blow up my
Yeah.
brain. Or no, my
What
heart.
was it?
He wanted to make my heart bigger.
Tuesday.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
process
but-
emotions, other-
to help fix to help figure out what was going wrong with the sentient Granite. Went into protector mode and disclosed that his entire job's purpose is to do the physical security.
I didn't tell. That was above board, but yes.
Oh, I think
didn't-
you said it in game.
It was above board. Yeah.
Oh, it was
Because
above board.
I did a check to see, and I didn't. I got like
That's
a
true.
Okay.
something like that.
Stand corrected.
How chaotic of you.
And then IBIA did a little bit of augury to see if attacking the researcher would be a good idea. Got some woe that would in fact not go well.
Not a good idea.
And said that they needed to turn down the temperature. Starman took that literally. Went down and turned the thermostat down. Started eating some leftover pizza from his pocket that he stole from the poor front desk lady. And that is where we're going to pick up. So Titus is getting his back scratched. Actually, Senator Nelson had went and taught you to make some sweet tea, which rolled very successful. It was delicious sweet tea.
Wonderful.
So Titus is still like excited about having his back scratched. So let's pick up from there. Any And do y'all have any reactions as researcher Sherry is essentially like just furiously writing down notes about what's going on? They still have the cloud of daggers up spinning above their head. They're just kind of oblivious to everything that's going on as they're.
Does she have a computer in the room?
There is not an obvious computer in the room.
Okay.
I mean, we have Clippy.
Clippy is out at the front desk, still plugged in there.
Yeah.
That's right. Boy,
And it's only been about 5 minutes since Clippy plugged in.
Clippy had been in the room. I think AI would have lost it even further.
Maybe.
Well, I would love to just walk over to Morgan, Sherry, and be like, researcher, would you like to take a break and share what you're working on? We can tell you're still stressed out, and I think the situation is calm. And then I would offer some of that sweet tea that we just made that was perfect.
Thank you. Just taking down all my observations on what's these interactions. I've never met a Earth person before, and this is all very fascinating.
Yeah.
And like in the continue.
Wow.
Obviously very absorbed in what they're doing in the moment.
Okay. Well, I understand sometimes we need to take notes so we don't forget things. You just let us know when you're ready to communicate.
And at that point, Titus will go over and researcher, these are the people you were wanting to talk to. I think that you can I'll take observation notes and you can talk with them. Oh, okay, that's good. And hands over, and it's the magic quill, Senator, that you had given conjured for researcher Sherry, and they were writing on a stack of just like reports, so they're literally writing over printed words that are already there.
Oh my gosh.
They just literally grabbed whatever paper was right there.
It's just like through researcher style. Yeah.
So we were in introductions. And they're going to look very hesitantly at you, IBIA, and be like, because that's where we left off, was the introductions.
I'm going to profusely apologize and explain that I haven't been myself and that I am adjusting. So I introduce myself. I am Badger, and I am new to all of this. So I kind of gesture to my body, and I'm just as confused as you are.
Okay. So, and I think you, Tinkerer, you're the only one left.
That would be me, I think.
Yeah.
So, my
call
name
you
is
Tinkerer?
Yeah.
I love it.
My name is Starman, and I created IBAI, but what's been happening, I'm not real sure about. IBAI seems to be going through a change, but yeah, if you have any questions about IBAI, you can ask me about that. Or obviously IBAI.
Yeah, I laugh.
Yeah. And I was actually curious also, like, what was with all the daggers flying around? Like, what happened?
Oh, and they'll wave their hand and the daggers go away.
Okay.
Just protective reaction.
That's okay. It's okay. No problem.
It's a neat little trick you got there.
Thank you. Well, I suppose you're all wondering why you're here. What do you remember of your time on Earth? Do you remember the Hubble?
Oh, that's the bubble we keep hearing
The
about.
bubble, yeah.
The buble. I've not heard of the buble before, except when we got here.
As she says, Hubble, like all of the memory processing of that, all the things that used to point to the Hubble but have been disconnected are all like pinging and whirring, and I kind of get like a blank stare with all the things going across my eyes, like yes, no.
And I'm grabbing my head because it hurts a little bit.
Right? Because of the daggers.
Ouch.
The
Oh, because I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you
the
got a
first
little
time.
Probably the most
blood.
pain.
You got a little blood going down your face because you did take 3 slashing damage,
Mhm.
halved by your resistance to magical attacks. Luckily,
Yeah.
but
Sorry about that.
so
Sorry about that.
well, we're very sorry for pulling you from your planet, but we just felt that there was.
Oh, you did pull us.
Yes, we did. Yes, we just felt that there was no other choice to help us get the Hubble back and return to you. And
And you didn't ask first? Like you didn't come send a message or an email?
we had no way to
Consent is
communicate with
key,
you.
is all I'm saying.
So,
Yes.
and well,
Hmm.
with Eric was trying to find the Hubble as it was missing from your timeline. Such a terrible loss for your world.
Can
And
you explain what the Hubble is?
yeah, I can totally do that.
And it just dawned on me that when I said consent is key, that the irony of me tackling you.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god.
After I started cracking up, I was like, I shouldn't really be saying that right now. But Granite would probably say that.
I can totally tell
Maybe
you.
Granite has mixed feelings about a sentient piece of property.
Hey.
Ooh.
Listen.
Dang.
Job's a job.
And well, since you don't have any memories of Hubble, it's a telescope that NASA you created and launched into your lower atmosphere, upper atmosphere, so you could get past the murky distortions of the atmosphere to take observations of the universe. Sees beyond what our eyes can see, and extending into the ultraviolet and near infrared ranges. It revolutionized your planet, but now that it's missing, you have regressed in your technology, and your timeline is not what it should be.
It feels like there's an insult in there somewhere, but I'm not really sure where to put my finger on it. I think she just said that we got dumber. That's pretty much what it sounded like.
So we'll just. I'm a little confused about the timeline because, like, we created sentient AI, so we have AI. NASA still exists, so clearly we didn't regress that much. But like, Hubble was invented.
But
you know.
a lot of what should have been is not. Some of the discoveries don't exist anymore.
Can I do Legends lore to get all of those discoveries back and just have it in my database?
How
would
are
you know what to get back?
That? Yeah, because
how would you
remember
know? They know, right? So if they know something's missing from the timeline and they know that we've regressed, they have to know something. So if they know what we're missing, couldn't I just
You would have to get
So
it
are
from
you
their
gonna
system,
try?
probably.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, are you gonna try to ask to get into their databases or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 100%.
Ooh, of course you are. Get in there.
I want all of it. Give me her
Yeah,
information
exactly.
back. Maybe Starman, you have that list of files that were broken, and maybe we could give her the list of files that were broken, and that could help to understand what happened. So, like in exchange for giving them this information of all the information that we know we lost, she can return some of it, like what they have access to.
Yeah. I mean,
Give me the data back.
I'd love to help, but the best way to help it would be to get it back. Find
Do you currently have the Hubble Bubble here?
no. And if you'll allow me to finish the story, I'll explain.
We love stories.
But we love projecting even more.
We love picking them apart. So let's see if we can get through this.
It's just the timeline reversion is complicated. Of course, Eric was mortified when Hubble went missing from your timeline. Such a terrible loss for your world. Though he thought it might be his fault, but I no longer think that's the case. He suspected it ended up somewhere in our world, which is why he sent for you all. I'm sorry it was such a shock for you, but knew Hubble very well. We thought that you might be able to find it. If it's our fault, you have our sincerest apologies. We want to see this spectacular invention return to you and where it belongs. It's a great benefit to both our worlds. And we wouldn't want to rob you of that. And they'll straighten their glasses. I believe I have some papers lying around, and they'll kind of shuffle their desk and kind of do the throw thing like Tyre, and Titus is like I just organized that. And
Here's a peppermint for Titus.
You're doing great.
Thank you,
Peppermint for
Senator.
Dias.
Thank you. And he,
Everybody needs the Senator Billy Nelson.
So they spend a moment rummaging through some loose papers on their desk and have a pleased look when they find the ones they're looking for, just like I do when I can figure out where my notes are. So
Delightful.
Here we are. So they'll quickly look around, like the chair has been pushed, rolled a little bit away during the attack, so they go over and grab it really quickly and scooch down. Kind of get ready for a little bit more of a lecture mode. And they go, the researchers have been connecting with other worlds across the planes. And I'm not certain what you recall of Hubble. It seems like nothing, but it's a very powerful and useful telescope from your world, or at least the version of the one and it makes some rather impressive observations. Not everything applies exactly, of course, but being different planes of existence and all, but there are some things that were very helpful for us. Actually, it may be better if I show you the researcher Eric's office. He kept a great deal of information there, and they'll pop up and not even ask for you guys to follow and just kind of take off.
I immediately follow.
Yeah.
Titus is rolling his eyes like, okay, here we go again. This is kind of standard for the researcher.
You'd think for having had their planet blown out of orbit, they would be a little bit more serious about finding the answer to not only what happened, but where these missing researchers are.
Would you say that out loud, or are you
I-
using
I
your?
kind of say it. Yes, I say it. I say it to Titus. Yeah.
To Titus.
Directly.
And Titus will hear that and just, "Ooh, we do take that very seriously, and the whole reason we were connecting with the Hubble is we were using your data, and because we don't have any atmospheric interference due to the nature of being a rogue planet. We were just trying to download data. So we were just taking the information. There was absolutely no intention of taking the Hubble from you. But during the breaking, obviously we just regressed a lot. And we have been trying very hard to find the researchers, and we think that with your help, if we can find the researchers, that that we'll find the Hubble and we'll be able to restore everything. Because Eric was the researcher Sherry will explain more.
I'm going to walk over and just kind of touch Titus and be like, together we can unlock the mysteries of the universe and build a better future for all of us.
They keep using that word regression. I don't think it means what you guys think it means.
Yes, I'm nodding.
So I'm trying to
Pulling
be
up a dictionary
helpful.
definition. Yes, exactly.
Trying to be Hubble. Oh my god, I hate you all.
The booble. It's the booble.
The Hubble bubble. We're going to figure this out, and I can't
Oh.
wait. Can't wait to hear about all the changes to our universe.
And the stolen data.
So, as you are all following researcher Sherry, wrong page. Wrong page.
Wait, hold on. We moved a page?
I know,
yeah,
right?
I know. We just literally
We're letting her read.
we just did 2 paragraphs.
Shut up.
We
I'm
did
kind of sad. I don't want it to go fast. I don't want it to end.
almost as much as we did in the part 2. So
Well, there's also like the follow-up. So when we clearly get the Hubble back and restore this planet to its orbit, obviously there's going to be some retribution we're going to have to lay down.
Regression.
For
Oh, yeah.
whoever.
Some
Yes,
regression.
regression. We're going to have to do some
Regression. It's
regression
gonna happen.
analysis.
Are you saying this out loud to Titus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just kind of
100%.
stops and looks at Senator Billy Nelson. Like,
I'm going to say, not all who wander are lost. We're going to work this out just fine. No aggression needed right now.
can well,
Oh, that was the best thing ever.
we really didn't intend any harm, and you're here to help us because we can't fix the situation. We were hoping for your help.
Well, I'm just going to let you know, sometimes humanity's initial reaction is aggression, but once we see this research and how we can get it back to our planet, I have a feeling we're going to be very grateful and we're going to be able to move forward together.
That is our goal. So, and
So
we're
don't prove
kind
me
of
wrong,
human.
please.
I have no intention. We will share as much information as we can, and if researcher Sherry is a little off, I can help maybe fill in some of the gaps, but
They are just fine, especially considering what we all just witnessed kind of alarmingly as our delightful AI
know.
grows into herself a little more.
The lights went out. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
it's almost like she regressed for a second there.
Oh my God.
So researcher Sherry leads you through a series of stone hallways, somewhat busy with people in the uniform of the observatory fixing, making some tweaks to exhibits, and some of the other areas are much quieter. You will periodically see a member of the janitorial staff, doing their late night cleaning. Some of them are rocking out to music.
What was our janitor lady's
How are you going to
name?
forget that?
Rosalinda
Tulia.
or something?
Tulia.
Tulia.
Yes, thank you.
Hey.
And
Rosalinda.
Faustina, I think, was the other one.
Faustina is their
Yeah.
manager, who you have not yet met.
Boss.
Oh, I'll just be like, as we pass by the janitorial staff, and be like, "Hey, Tulia had good things to say about you. I'll make sure I'll pass that along to Faustina."
And I'll wait. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Job's done.
As I continue to, mop or wipe down whatever they're doing.
Hero work.
Walking.
Eventually, you get to
You have peppermints. I
a
have
locked
bullshit.
doorway, and researcher Sherry will pull out a key from their pocket and go, here we are. A great deal of information in here, obvious. Or not so obvious, as they unlock the door and the wooden door and push open and pass through the doorway. Beyond the doorway is a well-lit room with lamps scattered around the desk and a large window behind the desk. A heavy velvet-looking curtain hanging beside it. Large wooden bookshelves, all packed with books and loose papers, lying on top of them, line the walls. But the desk is largely cleared off. Researcher Sherry walks over to the desk and activates a projection with a flare of arcane energy. And I'll show you guys this really quickly, just
We
because
get a
it
picture?
will. Yeah, I do. Hold on a
We
second.
get a no. I'm just asking. Do we get a picture,
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
Mom? I mean,
Mom.
All
what
right.
what the hell is that?
At this point, researcher Sherry will look at it and go, Eric has been studying how the energy of vacuum may be the cause behind the quickening expansion of the universe. And that's why he was had been connecting with Earth, and in hopes that you knew more than we do. He thought that that may also shed some light on why our magic doesn't always exactly go as we intended. This energy you see isn't always most stable to tap into. He thought by looking at this particular phenomenon, globular clusters. Wow.
Yeah.
He may be able to pick up some information. This particular projection has been altered in some way. The coloring is different than when I last saw it before he was taken.
Interesting.
It was
So
more.
is that because the Hubble telescope picked up infrared and other wavelengths, and so the image is okay? That makes sense.
Well, but this looks different. It's either more red or more blue. Hard to keep track of. Anyways, there's an adjustment here that you could turn clockwise or counterclockwise to work with the different blue, red lights.
Spectrums?
Hold on. The wavelengths are different.
Yeah.
Those wavelengths can tell people a lot about cosmic objects, including information about the age. Often the blue light means an object is hotter and younger, while red means it's cooler and therefore older.
How about purple? Like
Purple, why there's not on the spectrum.
Violet. Violet.
What's brown? What's brown do?
What is green?
We're
mean?
interested. Just tell us everything.
So they do point to the knobs that you could turn clockwise or counterclockwise if you wanted to adjust the colors.
Is there data attached to this image, or is it just a visual?
Just a visual. It's just a projection of that image.
Can I go through my database and because we obviously understand like some things about space. The Hubble didn't give us everything. So can I go look at the image and kind of go through my memory of like the maps that I still have in my memory and kind of see what it is and where it is?
I can't wait to see the ASCII projection
Eh?
of this image.
Roll me a history check with advantage.
While they're doing that, I'll just let researcher Morgan know that as the 14th administrator of NASA, I'm highly aware of how altering images can just happen sometimes.
Yeah, to get it right, you have to use a Sharpie.
Sometimes images just need to be altered.
You have to use a Sharpie.
Oh, well,
Manipulate the image.
You can adjust and manipulate with the knob to change the blue-red scale if you want to alter the image.
I would love to alter the image a little bit. I'm naturally drawn to the idea of altering
Purple?
space.
Did you say with advantage?
Yep. Why? What did you roll at first?
Ooh.
I rolled a 24.
Whoa.
Nice. Did you get a
Yeah, you
nat
don't need
20?
advantage with that.
I rolled an 18. I rolled an 18. I
Oh,
get
but your
plus-
history is high.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So you'll
Noise.
you won't
History noise.
have the pictures of this exact image because again the Hubble doesn't exist, but from images with the other telescopes, because the exo-atmosphere telescopes don't exist in your world, you'll recognize a variation of this image, but it is much more cluttered because again you're having to see through the cloud cover, the atmosphere, all the particles in the atmosphere.
Okay, can I do something? This is like, you can tell me I can't do it. Don't feel like you have to let me do this. But can I use hypnotic pattern to adjust this image to look like what it might have looked like outside of the atmosphere? Like basically filter. Use hypnotic image to cast a filter
Well,
over
as
this
you're-
image. To see
As
if
you're
Sherry
thinking
will
about
recognize
doing
it.
this, Senator Billy Nelson is reaching out his hand to play.
I am so glad you did that because if I did that, this stream would be shut down. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm adjusting knobs.
Jumping.
Method of proper adjustment.
And then they're exactly at phase height.
Are you tuning the knobs on the globular clusters?
It's like in Chicago. I love you, honey. I love you.
Exactly.
Whoa!
Okay,
Hey,
all right.
you got a little fancy
Okay.
there.
All right. So Alien, IBAI, as the
Aliens.
senator is reaching out,
works.
you can cast it if you want, but you do notice that the senator is about to like manipulate the image a little bit.
I'm gonna just wait to see what Senator
Ugh.
Billy Nelson for president does.
I also love that we
I
like
love
we
the title
we never,
extension.
We always say the entire title. I love that.
Senator Billy Nelson for
So are
president.
you going to go clockwise or counterclockwise first?
Yeah, which way are we going?
Clockwise.
All right, clockwise is going to, let me put this up again so I get this right. So clockwise, it's going
All right.
to shift it more into the red. So when you
Okay.
shift it more into the red, you will see the words go to, and like you'll initially like not recognize the script, but the universal translator that IBAI gave you will automatically convert the words into English, and it says go to Moksana.
Is that
Moksana?
like?
Go to Moksana.
Is that like?
city?
Is that like a eat at Joe's kind of thing? What does that mean?
Like
Is
a
Titus
city
in the
name.
room?
Yeah.
Place?
Titus is right. Yeah, Titus is very much like right behind
Is
your.
is
Yeah, I'm
Moksana
gonna-
a planet?
Yeah, I'm going to directly I'd like to ask Titus.
Oh, what are you asking, Titus?
Titus, did you see that too? Or did you pick register anything on the image?
I mean, it says go to Moksana.
Does that mean anything to you?
Moksana, yes, of course, it is the the ruins that are out just outside of the city of the former capital city of Exlaris, Moksana,
Okay.
which turned to chaos and was ransacked and left to ruin in the wake of the breaking. It has once truly been a grand city, but it had fully been left behind as the world moved into its new era. There is still a full library there, and some of the books are probably no better than dust after so many centuries. The only thing that prevents us from trying to get to that knowledge center are the creatures that have made homes in and about those ruins. It's
Wow.
truly a dangerous place to go.
Dangerous.
What kind of creatures are
Very
we talking about here?
I've never ventured there, but it's the things of nightmares.
Has anybody ventured there?
Thank you.
uh,
Yeah.
the people, all of the guardsmen who have gone out to there recently, my understanding is they haven't returned. And you guys will remember that Captain Roxana had said that the reason that she wasn't focusing specifically on the investigation of the missing researchers was because she was focusing her guardsmen on disturbances in the areas of the wilderness and the ruins.
Her visage
And
swims
her
in my
guardsmen
mind's
had
eye.
not returned, so like it was fully taking up, but she still is attempting to provide assistance to the observatory and researcher Sherry as much as she could. So
Okay.
things are hopefully starting to fall into place for y'all. So is he explaining this, and like, Senator, do you want to turn counterclockwise? Are you good with it?
Yeah, let's go counterclockwise and see what information we can get from Eric.
Are you on the other way?
the tongue is a little extra twist.
And as you go into the more blue spectrum of the red-blue spectrum, the words Hubble found emerge.
Are you telling anybody? Senator Billy Nelson for president?
This is projected up,
it's
so
on
you
the
guys
screen.
can all
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is projected up is that this, and as you shift it back and forth, you see that like the words come up as you shift into. So the Hubble found is written in blue as you shift into the blue range, and as you shift to the red range, it says go to Moksana.
Mhm.
Okay.
Morgan Shred, can I ask where you got this image? Like where did this come from?
So Eric's, I believe.
Yes, yes. This is Eric's. It's one of the images that we had taken from the Hubble before. We weren't trying to take the Hubble. We were just importing the data from that Hubble was sending back to you.
Is this all
Kind of
you have?
incredible that you were just trying to take the. Oh, sorry.
Very fine.
Can we do like a quick scan both directions to make sure that there's nothing else there we may be missed? From
Are you
blue
gonna
and
just
red?
keep? Yeah. So you
Just
you can
real slow.
Rah.
Everyone's looking. We got an IA who has incredible vision that if something flashed real fast, they'd see it. Like, let's just double check nothing else is embedded in the image.
See where it is. I see who stole it. I see where the researchers are.
All right.
You never
So
know.
everybody. So whoever has the highest investigation, roll this with advantage. Since you guys are all looking at it.
Got a +5.
How about +3? So,
+6.
I have +4. So
So that would
AI's
be
it.
Badger.
Mhm.
With advantage.
Yes. Yeah, because you guys are all contributing to this.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Let's do it.
I found him.
Thinking.
No, that's not them.
Thinking. It's a problem solved.
So easy.
I got another 24.
What?
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
No,
So
18.
so the squishy senator hand, old man
Squishy
hands,
senator. Wow.
as he's slowly knobs back.
Meticulous. I'm meticulous with
Very
my knob.
meticulous. Like
Yeah.
this takes like
I can't.
about 5 minutes. It's just like, and you'll see. So you because you had gone
Ooh,
about
gotta
as
be quicker than
far counterclockwise as you could. So the words Hubble found just fade away as you get out of the blue spectrum into the normal spectrum, and then as you go into the red light spectrum, the words "go to Maxana" just like get more and more vivid. So there is no other messages embedded in this image besides those two.
Okay. All right. I'm
I think
feeling
it's
pretty
second star to the
confident with
right.
this information from Eric. Is there anything else in this room you could show us that's of use, you think?
But feel free to look around.
What's this curtain made out of? This velvet curtain made out of?
Velvet.
Good job,
That's-
Granite.
That's smooth. I like it. It feels
So-
good on my skin.
Is the projection, and I'm asking out loud, is the projection a magical arcane device, or is it just
Mhm.
magic?
It's definitely an arcane. Well, it's an arcane device. It uses
a
that
device.
arcane energy. Yeah, so it's basically what you would imagine a projector looks like, but
Can I
instead of
ask
light
to
going
get
up.
into it? Can I just ask if, like, is there other data on this device that might be useful to us?
Feel free to look.
Can I just plug into it and just like download everything?
Sure.
Yay! Okay. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Download the whole thing.
So this is basically gonna take you out of looking around the room as you're importing. So you're
Perfect.
getting a whole bunch of the images. Basically, almost you're downloading that database of what the Hubble had brought in. So just all of
Yes!
the pictures.
Nice.
Yeah. So you now
Lots of
have a
process.
full database set of all of the archived Hubble
Does-
images. Again, it takes
does-
you at least 10 minutes because
That's
it is.
fine.
Wow.
That's
I
great.
sent something in our private chat there.
Perfect. Perfect. So while IBAI is doing that and Granite is being
Granite.
super sneaky,
And it's granted.
I would like to use detect magic just
Granite's
in the
granity.
room
Okay.
to just out of curiosity. if
Is there
Eric
anything in
left-
particular you're trying to detect magic on, or just like you're just trying to get a general sense of what?
Well, since I'm still kind of new to the magic, I just feel like I can scan and look for something useful this way, maybe. So it's kind of an open suggestibility, I guess, of what could be around.
You remind me of the babe.
Yeah, you could totally cast that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a bio break during my 10-minute.
Download.
Yeah, so as you cast it, you will see that all of the devices are run on arcane energy.
Okay.
So you'll see it pulsing through, not necessarily wires, but it's like there's a conductor pulsing through the wall. So you'll see the lines and like the networked as it goes to all the light sources, all of the technological devices. So they're just throbbing with a low level arcane aura as just the energy pulsing off of them.
Okay.
Researcher Sherry also has a little bit, as they've activated the projector and are like, there's a link between them as they're helping project the image up.
That's really cool. Okay.
So they're going, but the energy is going to the projector and then up. So
And
they're not projecting the image, the device.
Okay. So she can't be manipulating it in any way. Oh, that's good. Okay.
It's going through. They're just basically powering.
She's like almost a power source. So with my level of intelligence, curiosity, these things, is there anything that I would be particularly drawn to that I would want to maybe investigate further that could be useful for our campaign? Senator for President?
That is an open-ended question. You need to be more specific.
Yeah, so that was like,
tell me what I need to know.
Exactly. Why would I not ask it that way? Okay. So I'm scanning the room. I'm seeing, it sounds like nothing is over the top energetic. Everything's pretty steady.
Yeah. And I don't believe you've cast Detect Magic. No, you did cast Detect Magic once before, didn't you? I can't remember. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was trying to think a doorway, I think. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you did on the doorway, and you would have it would have looked like the same conduit devices putting the energy out to like the light fixtures and all that. So this would be very similar to what you saw at the Horsehead Tavern. Structure wise, there are many more devices in here that are glowing with arcane energy. You were just in a hallway before.
Okay.
Morgan, sure. Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Thank you. So y'all were talking about how it's dangerous at the rooms. Is there anyone
very, very dangerous?
Is there anyone we could talk to that has maybe more information about how we might prepare ourselves?
The captain of the watch would be the best person.
Okay.
She sends her guards out there frequently.
Okay. What was the captain of the guard's name?
Hello, this is Granite.
Is that Roxana?
Roxana, yes.
Roxana.
Oh, is it Roxana? Okay.
It's on the pages that are across the room. Yes,
of course.
Yeah. Roxana, you don't have to wear chainmail anymore.
No, I didn't. Nope, they are here. They were right.
And do we know where Roxana is right now?
She's back at. You guys had so Roxana and Traven. You guys had just left about an hour and a half ago.
10 million years ago, an hour and a half ago, we left.
10 million, yeah.
The thing.
2 months ago, but
2 months ago, we left an hour ago.
but about an hour and a half ago. She was the captain of the guard that you went to visit and talk with that Granite was flirting with.
There was no flirting.
That's right.
Whatever.
There was no flirting. I was just being my normal self, and she happened to have little sparkly eyes at me. I can't help it.
Whatever.
Silly. So can I do like an insight check with what I'm seeing around me?
So you can do, as you're looking around the room, you can do an investigation check.
Investigation check. Yep. Just as good. All right.
Yep.
I mean, my glasses are.
Okay, I rolled a 15.
15. All right. Yes. So as you look around the room, you will find some notes on the energy of vacuum, which, as many people have explained, this is where they get their arcane energy from. You'll find a physical model of the Hubble Space Telescope.
No buble.
There's also a couple of books on historical Earth astronomers and physicists, including Nancy Grace Roman, Lyman Spitzer, and Edwin Hubble.
All right.
Um,
Can we have IBAI short circuit, more input? Read this real quick. Like
Short
I am
circuit.
downloading the database.
The
I'm
books?
what,
Does it have the books
30%?
in
30%.
it?
Sorry.
Okay,
I'd
so I'm
love
going to
to
be kind
know-
of taken with this physical model of the Hubble for a moment, and then I'd like to show it to everybody so we know what we're looking for.
Yeah, so this is a schematic that comes with it, but this is basically what the model, imagine it like built out 3D. You can disassemble it if you want.
No disassemble.
So what this is, what the
Can we just take
Hubble.
that? Just take it with. We can just keep that, right?
It's kind of like it's not insignificant. So,
I'll be honest
like,
with you.
it's on
at
a
some-
Show it
table.
to me. Show it to me when I'm
Yeah.
done downloading.
Yeah,
We're not
so
gonna
at
leave
some
before we're
point,
done.
Badger should be able to scan this thing and put up a 3D model whenever we need it.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
It would
I
be
just
part
took a
of
photo with
the.
my phone.
It would be part of
Did you just
the.
flash the phone?
Like the download. Okay.
Yeah, the
He just
download
took a
that
picture of it.
IBAI is getting. Yeah, obviously, yeah, how the Hubble works is very important to Eric and his team. So, like,
Is there a way while I'm downloading to check? Like, I want to keep a specific eye on when, when the Hubble disappeared. Like, I'm looking for a timestamp of like that moment that data broke or the data connection stopped.
So it would have been, because the time is going to be about relative. So it would have been the timestamps on the data being received here on Xlaris was about the time frame where the researchers stopped, right before the researchers went missing.
Gotcha.
So it, yeah, because obviously once in your time, in you guys' world, when the Hubble went missing,
Great regression.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like you're processing this very complicated correlation of Earth time, and you're trying to figure out
do the time
Xlaris
dilation.
time.
But you can see that I'm getting like a major migraine. Like my head's like, oh my god, okay, because I'm not used to downloading things into a brain.
Oh my goodness.
Is this something that's going to cause you to roll?
No.
How hard is this? How difficult is this?
It's not super difficult. It's just a lot of information. If you're trying to do time extrapolations and like if you're trying to do an active investigation as you're downloading, like, because again, that's a lot of information. So you're like trying to flash through the files and process the information.
Okay.
Like it's just
I'm gonna roll for it because I feel
Can I
like
tell-
I'm just gonna be like, no, it's easy.
Can I tell that? Can I tell she's getting stressed and overwhelmed at all? Like is she grabbing her head? Are you doing anything like that?
Yeah, I definitely am like, I can feel it. It's a headache coming on trying to do the actual calculus.
And I'm aware that you are downloading. So I would want to
roll a perception check. Actually, an insight check.
Insight? Okay.
No, perception.
Oh, okay. Same. Okay.
Is it the same? Doesn't matter.
10.
10.
Yeah.
You're investigating the room, so you're not really paying attention to how IBAI is reacting.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, I rolled a 14. So for what that's worth in the thing that I sent you of like the breakdown. So whatever your difficulty level is, I got 14.
Put that somewhere special.
And that's without any kind of modifiers. So I'm assuming I would have
just
modifier.
they're just straight rolls.
Yeah.
So roll a. That's a.
We gotta put dice in, otherwise it's not D&D.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out if this is an average, easy, or hard. So
Gotcha.
Easy.
I mean,
like if this beats the DC, so it would be. I'll say this is average, so you don't succeed. So roll a d4 and add that to your new clean slate
Okay.
tally.
Okay.
Okay, so Granite, for your
Yes.
thing, what are you specifically looking for?
I'm looking for anything that's out of place, any kind of compartments that might be hidden, any kind of devices that might be hidden, microphones, cameras, anything that just looks out of place.
Roll me an investigation check.
Mm.
And the screen is bright. Investigation. So as I was saying, the carpet looks really good.
What'd you get?
I got a 6.
Oh my goodness. And I thought I was
Well,
rolling bad.
Is the carpet velvet too?
The room is very disorganized to begin with, and
You're still
also
cutting.
you're not familiar with all the arcane devices, so just trying to do an investigation on and also doing it stealthily, like kind of on the down low, your the combination of just not being familiar with the technology, it's already kind of a disaster, so it's impossible to tell whether this is, obviously the researcher is not shocked that the room is in this state at all. Neither is Titus, so you do clock that, so it's impossible for you to determine whether the disorganization is due to somebody rifling through the papers or whether somebody had gone, or whether this is just researcher Eric being like, kind of like
Just
Morgan
a hot
did,
mess.
just throwing
Yeah.
things. Yeah, so you're not able to find anything that's helping you progress your security officer investigation forward.
Okay.
Starman, is there anything you're looking to do?
Yeah,
Are you still working on that device?
I mean, I would want to definitely complete the patch so I can give it to Clippy and
Oh yeah, we were gonna
some
give it to Clippy.
stabilities. So yeah, would I be able to do some looking around as well, you think, while I'm still working on that?
If you want to finish the device, you're going to need to basically dedicate the rest of this time to doing that. You can't really, you can maybe glance up, but you're you need to focus mostly.
Yeah, I think I'd want to finish that so that I can get past that.
Okay. Cool. So you do get that done and completed. And then you plug it. So around the time that IBAI is finishing their download and Senator Billy Nelson for president is, has gone through. Senator, do you explain anything that you found to the group?
Yes, everything, because I'm very excited about it. Mm-hmm.
Well, explain.
Okay, great. So we've seen the schematics. We've seen the, this printout of what the Hubble looks like.
Well, it's a full-size model. Yeah, not a full-size model. But
Full size?
Not full-size. It is.
Oh, I was going to say, holy shit.
I said that and it was like, no, that
model.
is the wrong words. Those are the wrong words. I can't bring them back though.
It's okay.
It's okay. I freaked out for a
large scale model.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm definitely excited about that. So having a chit chat, poking around with it, trying to make sure and encourage us to get familiar with it. I'm noticing kind of people are paying attention, but kind of aren't. I'm not super noticing if I remember my role correctly. So I'm kind of in my world, talking about it out loud, hoping that other people are kind of catching on. I would like to pull over, let's say Granite, because I think I would notice he's not doing anything active like the other two are.
Well, Starman, you can't that's one thing that you could be doing as you're, tinkering.
He's just kind of listening. Okay.
Yeah, you can converse with Senator Billy Nelson for president.
I'm gonna walk over to next to Senator Billy Nelson, just kind of look up at the model, take a photo.
Good job.
With the device that you created at the Horsehead Tavern.
Yes.
Fascinating. Okay. I'm going to share, I believe I found something about a vacuum that was used to do something.
It's notes on the energy of vacuum. And there's an entire appendix that explains all this stuff. And I can go through this if you guys want to, or I can send you the appendix and you can read it later, because it's about how the magic system works here.
That's really cool.
I think that you should explain just a little bit to tell people that might be watching, but not a full detail.
And Billy Nelson, can you check to see who wrote this as well?
Well, I think these are Eric's notes, because I remember
That's what I'm thinking.
Titus earlier told me that Eric was working on vacuum energy and he was trying to connect to other places with a spell. And so I'm guessing that's kind of what we have found here.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Eric had been, he developed the spell that would allow him to connect to other planes and transfer data, allowing the use of knowledge from Earth, specifically the Hubble Space Telescope, to fuel his and other researchers to help figure out not only the mysteries of their world, but of the universe around them and extending to other planes. So the notes, and Senator, are you basically going to like kind of be reading these out loud? So this is me imitating the Senator as he's reading out loud. This is going to be a really bad imitation. Winespring is never going to talk to me again after this.
I'm obsessed.
The energy of the vacuum, an example of 0-point energy of open space, is the candidate for the source of dark energy. The magical creatures on Exlaris tap into this power to power their magic as they move through the cosmos. Much like on Earth, there is very little known about the energy of vacuum. So this is why the researchers are trying to connect to Earth to learn more about it. And that's all about dark matter. We're not in energy. We're not talking about that. There's an entire section about Einstein.
Ventriloquist thing ever.
So another explanation. So there's a couple of theories from Einstein about how dark energy is formed and therefore powers the energy of vacuum. So there's a whole bunch of notes about, Einstein speculated that there's 3 different ways that the energy of vacuum is created. So there's extensive notes on that. By studying how clusters of galaxies form, we can discover if the solution to dark energy problem is a new theory of gravity or not. If we do need a new theory, how could it correctly describe the motion of objects in our solar system?
This would be hilarious if we just through D&D figured out what dark energy is, how it works, and we kind of figured out the physics of some alternative form of gravity.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
So there's actually there are links to some very detailed article by NASA, go figure, of course, about energy, about information about dark energy and how that connects to the vacuum, and so which is basically the foundation of the magic system here.
Share that.
This is meant to be an educational one shot. So
we might need to read this.
I will make sure
let me know
to send out the link.
Let me know what the cliff notes are.
Yeah, and post.
Is it something? Could you share some of the links in the chat directly?
Absolutely. I'll put them in the comments. If you're watching this afterwards, go to the comments. And I'll have those handy. So there's also some really cool pictures about dark matter, visible matter, and dark energy. So yeah, there's some really interesting, and
The weirdest eyeball I've ever seen.
I meant to do a lot more reading on this because that's been a lot of the research I've been doing ahead of time, and I just completely forgot all the technical details.
Yeah.
So,
and NASA has a podcast that's really actually pretty intriguing that talks about some of this stuff. I mean, not like the vacuum magic in this world, but like on dark energy and dark matter.
It's kind of magic.
It is. This is kind of interesting because there are a lot of authors that do try to base their magic systems on like the forces that exist. So like Robert Jordan uses earth, water, air, like that type of stuff. Brandon Sanderson uses like depending on where you are in the cosmos, Cosmere, not cosmos, like has different physics behind his magic systems. So this is another variation off of a physics driven magic system and where you draw energy from. So in this world on Ixlaris, they don't, as we don't understand fully how these things really work. And so and this is one of the reasons is you guys can intuit between what Titus is saying and what researcher Sherry is saying is like, that is one of the reasons that they were reaching out to other planes of existence to try to find this information. They'll between the two of them, they'll explain again, like they didn't have any reason to put telescopes up to look and try to find this energy just because between the breaking and trying to rebuild society, they're basically trying to cheat the system and jump ahead of the line as opposed to doing all the hard work.
So they
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Science and kidnapped 4 people.
They did not.
Sounds like scientists, honestly.
So researcher Sherry and Titus are trying to make it very clear that they did not do it. They believe that something else. So, and you can probably intuit from that message Hubble found.
But they did actively steal the data. So
shared involuntarily on your part, shared the data. They used to. Yes.
It's also called espionage, but whatever.
I would like to retroactively give consent to the
data. You might want to tell IBAI
that. I don't think that you have the actual authority to do that because I think that the location of our satellite systems and our military satellite systems especially probably doesn't just belong to NASA. So I'm thinking there's probably a cooperative.
She's about to take your clearance.
You're not president yet, as much as you would like to be.
Well, I'm just going to say, IBAI, you're new here.
Oh.
I appreciate it if you would just show some support in the cooperation that we're trying to have here currently in this weird planet that we're on. No picking fights.
I'm just gonna not say anything.
I would cordially like to invite you to shut the F up.
That's fair.
That was
and researcher Sherry is just like Titus has slowly like backed away and has like kind of hiding, attempting to hide behind
Hey, you know what?
The Hubble
what
model.
I said is reasonable and needs to be said. Anybody in my position would say the exact same thing.
As a senator, I don't have to listen to you. Which is also reasonable for me to say right now.
I'm just going to walk over to the window and kind of look outside and see what's going on out there.
I'm going to go to the walls.
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Starman, you've finished your device. Okay.
I did, yeah.
And are you plugging it into the your data pad that you created at the Horsehead Tavern to connect with Clippy?
He hasn't given that back yet?
No, he took it. Damien said he could take it, but he wanted it back.
Yeah.
No, Damien said he wanted it back. I mean, you could think it's back. It's yours now. But Damien did say he wanted it back.
Yeah, I guess I would go ahead and plug that in. So it was the Patch Tuesday device you're talking about, right?
Yes, the Patch Tuesday device.
So yeah, I was thinking of either using it on Clippy himself, or I guess maybe the data pad. The data pad is something that I always have, so maybe that would be the best option.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll enhance the data pad.
Roll me. Where did my mouse go? Where did my mouse go? I can't find it. Let's see. What type of check do I want you to do? Give me an Arcana check to see. No, it wouldn't be Arcana because you're. Actually, it would be. You were using which? I forget. Wait, which? Is this one of your? I can't remember. Oh, also it helps if I'm looking at the right character sheets. You were using what was it, a spell or
Oh, to actually create the device?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what you. I think wasn't it a fabrication? You were using fabrication, right?
It was fabricate. Yeah, level 4 spell.
All right, fabricate. So once you have the raw materials, yeah. So especially okay. So technically you don't need to roll something, but since you've been doing a lot of other stuff so you've been multitasking, roll me a performance check with advantage, just because this is kind of up your alley to see how well you created this and if it's going to cause any problems in your device. Yeah, you had to like move all this stuff with you, and fending off attacks. You almost got tackled by Titus.
Even with advantage, I got a 9.
Wow. So it degrades the the data pad, like it starts glitching a little bit.
Can I offer guidance? Can I give him a +4 or a plus D4? So if you roll a D4, just to keep it from degrading.
Mm-hmm.
D4, so would that be okay? Yeah.
I offer you like one of those little armbands, and like here for the electroshock.
You'll notice, that like you're like no, you put it in backwards.
Oh
my god.
Okay, let me roll a D4. I got a 2, so was that put me at 11?
11, yeah. We'll just say yes. There was a low bar, so you just needed to be in a DC 10.
Yes.
Yeah, so marginal performance, your communication connectivity with Clippy like starts to go a little bit better. And you guys, it's been about 15 minutes since you guys left. Yeah. Probably no, it's 20 minutes since you guys have left Clippy because you guys had to walk through the halls and all the conversations, and so it's Clippy only has 40 minutes left. Clippy did get a little distracted in his investigation, because it was trying to help you all with the whole IBAI problem.
Poor Clippy.
Can I, since I'm on that, doing that, can I check Clippy to see if maybe if there's any information about Eric's lab, maybe camera footage or anything like that, so we can find out, what they were saying, when they saw the image and the information.
Yeah, so Clippy is going to report back to you because what you had directed Clippy to do was look at the logs, specifically around the time frame when the researchers had gone missing, to draw correlations about if there's anything missing. You will notice it'll report back that it had noticed a hooded figure kind of on the outskirts of, like, it seems like almost like it knows where the camera footage is and is like slowly passing through the edges of frames. Not exactly at the time that the researchers were missing, but a little bit beforehand and during, but has not really been seen since then. And you'll notice from the logs that there is no real change in the patterns of the researchers, that they do take extensive hours. All of them have always worked long and hard, like they're very into their work. So they stay at the observatory for longer periods.
Wait, we have footage. Can we track the researchers that are missing as they left and just track them through all of the security footage for the last known image from the last image that we see?
You will just see them at the times right before they disappeared, that they just left the campus.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they were not abducted. From the footage that Clippy is able to download, it doesn't.
It's not like an NSA kind of thing where there's cameras everywhere. We can't just be like
an NSA
red cameras. Yeah. So it seemed like a normal day had ended for them. They left and went home. Is what it seemed like. Okay.
All right.
Understood.
And I'm assuming everybody like checked their homes and like thoroughly investigated all of the researchers' private homes and did like a real thorough investigation.
Who are you asking this to?
Kind of the room, I think. Like,
so Starman, you're the only one seeing this information so far. So are you sharing the information to the chat? Are you saying it out loud? No, remember, you guys, Clippy, you guys went through extensive steps to conceal Clippy plugging in.
Right.
So doing his thing to the point where
so we don't necessarily want to tell everybody that he's doing stuff.
Yeah, I think I would though relay it to IBAI and maybe say, hey, if you think this information would be helpful, I can send it over.
Are you just IBAI, or are you doing it to the group? Because you guys do have the group chat up.
And I would send it to the group chat or ask it.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do that.
So what are you telling them?
Hey everybody. So I think we've maybe got some helpful information here. I'm going to send it over to IBAI and let her kind of correlate it with the other information she's downloading. But yeah, we might have some helpful footage and logs. So,
have you found anything about Moxana in your searches?
Can I roll to see?
Clippy is not looking for that. IBAI, you were not you were only downloading Hubble, so you guys can respond accordingly. How you would. The senators.
Well, we have.
I'm asking. I want to know about Moxana. So if Clippy's not looking for that, can we start trying to get any information gathered about that, since that's probably our next step?
Yeah, I guess it depends on if we have enough time to hang out and do some more searching. We could do that. What do y'all think?
How much time do you think you have for what you're working on?
I think I'm done downloading.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got everything that I can pull from this computer. I'm from what they said, it's a city that is here and it's
just
destroyed. So I'm guessing if the researchers were taken somewhere, it might be where they were taken. And if the Hubble exists somewhere, it might be there. So either way, we should go there.
Definitely agree.
We don't have any other places that we can look.
Mhm.
And I think we're probably going to piss everybody off if we just keep investigating here for another week or so.
So, yeah, sorry, Billy Nelson, there wasn't anything about Moxana, but we know that maybe Roxana might have some more information about that location. Maybe we could get more information from her.
So we're thinking we want to ask for her help to like go with us there.
Seems like it'd be smart.
Bring some muscle.
Yeah.
Not that you're not muscle.
And some
granted.
knowledge.
Yeah, some knowledge.
Yeah, we can ask Titus and Morgan if they want to come with us too. Let's bring everybody.
Bring the whole town.
Let's bring them all. We're all invested here.
More the merrier. Yeah.
More the merrier.
Yeah, so do we think there's any value in sticking around any longer? I would send that, with my group chat to see if, I mean, we can look and see if we can find anything.
My guess is they probably did a thorough investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't a whole lot that we're going to find that they can't tell us directly. The only thing that I would want to do before we leave, or maybe on the way, because it doesn't necessarily have to be here, would be like drawing connections from what I downloaded to all of those broken files. So basically like, okay, what within the files that I have, what can I repair and what can I maybe extrapolate from that? So like how much knowledge can be recovered without the Hubble, and maybe we can see something that whoever did this was looking for, so that can help maybe narrow down what we should be looking for specifically. But I think we could do that while we're walking.
Yeah. I mean, if you think you can do that, we don't want it to like overwhelm you again. So if
I've got plenty of time before that happens again. It resets.
It resets. You know, that's great.
It resets. That's great.
Love hearing that happens. So, Granite, we haven't heard from you in a while.
I've been sniffing glue in the corner.
Just sniffing, not eating?
Listen, you don't crap where you eat. That's all I'm saying. All right. Sniffing, glue is for sniffing, not for nibbling.
Oh, okay.
That's words to live by. I'm still wandering, looking at stuff, kind of eyeballing notes on desks to see if there's anything that pops up, that kind of stuff.
Granite, how do you feel about asking some of our new friends to come with us to Moxana and making that our next destination?
Is that the plan? Is that what you're telling me in my earpiece?
Uh-huh.
Hey, road trip. I think we should go to Moxana.
You say that out loud?
Yeah, and what's the researcher's name? I can't. Sherry?
Morgan Sherry.
Researcher Morgan Sherry. If anybody around here needs a vacation, I think it's you. Am I right?
Why do I need a vacation?
Think about it. You could be stuck in this stuffy place, or you could be in the front lines with us in Moxana. Making history.
No. That's not a vacation. I don't know if I explained this well enough, but it's unsafe to go there. I would never ever. I don't.
Can you imagine? Hold on a sec. I was gonna say, think about it. Nobody takes a researcher seriously that hasn't been in the field doing the research. Ooh. That's how we do it on Earth.
Whoa, fighting words.
We do have people who go into the field, but I'm in charge here, and I don't.
Would you send your people to do stuff that you wouldn't do yourself?
Yes.
Oh,
that's not the right attitude, young lady.
Yes.
Or man, or I don't know.
Young person. Young tiefling. So they do resemble a tiefling at what you would associate.
Oh, okay. So they look like a tiefling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Can I try to persuade them?
Do it.
You can
Okay.
try.
Okay. Your planet was knocked out of orbit. Some of your closest friends and coworkers are missing. People are
Okay.
going to die, and rather than expect 4 complete total strangers who are clearly not equipped to manage what this planet is or the magic that they've recently been imbued with, you could provide us with aid by participating just a little bit. We're not asking you to give your life or sacrifice yourself for us, but if you could potentially see the value that you would add to joining our party, we would greatly appreciate it. You literally
right.
took us off our home planet.
All right.
The least you could do is walk us there.
All right.
Roll me a persuasion. You're gonna need to beat a DC. The DC was gonna be higher, but that was a pretty
I'm
good.
gonna use it. I'm gonna use Dark One's luck. So I can add. There's some kind of luck thing that I could add.
You call on
Yes,
your
fate
patron
in my
saint,
favor.
which is
I can add a
Starman.
D10. So
I hate that I gave this to you. Damn it. All right, no. So the DC was going to be 25. You were very I thought that was a good speech. Well done. So the DC is only going to be 20 that you need to beat, but they are
okay, and I have to add a D10.
So yeah, so roll a persuasion check, and then
I got a 19, which means with my fucking luck, because I get the 19 and 20 is it's a 20. So an 11 and an 8.
I'm just gonna say, Morgan, Sherry, we just really want you to come with us.
Yeah, what they said.
You asked, I will escort you to the edge of the city, like
Thank
you
you.
asked, and point to where the remains are, but I don't want to go into the ruins.
Well, can
And
you
you
at
did
least-
specifically say at least point us in the right direction.
Thank you.
You did say that.
Okay, that could be really helpful.
Thank
Because
you.
I'd like to know how Morgan Sherry knows the right direction
Good question.
in the city.
They freaking live here.
Can you
I mean,
call
within the
Roxanne?
city.
Morgan Cherry is a tiefling, so I'm guessing Morgan Cherry can slap some things down if needed.
Okay.
Just guessing.
But I will come with me, and there's something that might help you if you are going to that dangerous place, which I cannot be more adamant about. Like in their stutter is getting worse. You can tell that they're getting very worked up and
I put
agitated.
my hand on their shoulder and I say, the things that are in that city will come here. It doesn't matter if you hide, they're coming for you. You need to face it.
Oh my gosh, are you trying to traumatize them?
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Your planet is out of orbit. It's only going to get worse. The things that are around in the dark, they're not going to stop at the city's edge just because you have fancy arcane lights.
They've stayed away till now, but please, if you insist on going, I can give you something to help you.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks.
If I had inspiring speech, I would give it to you, but I don't have that.
I'm really
And
good
I'm
at
very not
speeches.
charismatic.
No,
So
I'm okay.
All right, so they lead you out of this. Is there anything else y'all want to do in this room? But as like the researcher is now like beelining out the door, very focused on their work. Is there anything else you want to do, or you just like immediately follow?
I'm ready to follow.
Are we leaving the building?
We don't know.
Not yet. Okay.
Do we need to go get Clippy?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, but I'm kind of on the load, the down the road.
So they've headed out and turned left, and they're shuffling down the hallway, and Titus just kind of follows along behind them and is like, do you want me to stop them, or
you gotta follow, just like right behind.
Right.
So
So
are we headed in the same direction as Clippy or a different direction?
it's a different direction than where you came from before.
Okay. Can I
Well,
just
at least
run over?
that's where you guys are. Like, you have crossed the courtyard. You're in a completely different
Okay.
part of the campus.
Okay,
At
so
this
let's do
point.
this first and then swing by and get Clippy on the way out.
Yeah, sounds like
See if
it.
we can. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what happens here.
So Titus will escort, like, wait until you all get out, and he always forgets to lock the doors. Such a researcher Sherry thing to do. Please, I'll catch up. Go follow him.
Titus, you're not coming with us too?
I'll be right along. I'm just going to turn off the projector, and
I'll stick around until he comes with us.
Okay, so you're hanging back with Titus.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice try, Titus.
Sorry. And even though, like, you're not quite as tall as him, he's like, he goes and as you guys
We'll see you
all
soon,
leave.
Titus. I miss you already.
You know she's got a pocket full of those mint things.
Never-ending supply.
Waves at you, looking very forlorn and like a little bit intimidated and terrified.
How do you turn this thing off? Just hit this button right here. All right.
Please don't touch. Do not. I will do it. I got it. Thank you kindly, sir. I appreciate all the help and thank you. So he powers it down. Like, the model has been shuffled around. He just kind of looks around and he looks like he wants to clean it up, but he's just like,
Too much.
and I'll motion for you to go out ahead of him and granted, and lock and close the door behind, and then head in the direction where the rest of the team has gone.
Okay.
So the rest of you are following Researcher Morgan, Sherry. Researcher Sherry is leading you down a hallway. It goes up one flight of stairs, heads kind of back. So you're essentially on top of, kind of, if you're thinking geographically wise, you're basically on top of where Researcher Eric's room was. Unlocks that door. So this is a relatively smaller room. And when you enter, you see 3 desks, each pushed up against a different wall and holding what looks like a computer. The large square screen connects to a box underneath the desk. These are similar to old computers on Earth, but resemble something from the 1960s. Though they are, you guys are becoming more familiar with this. It's obvious that they're running on the arcane power that you've seen throughout the city.
Weird design choice.
Again, Researcher Sherry will wave their hand to use a spell to activate a projection in the middle of the room. Go there.
Is this the first? Is the Hubble experience the first time this planet has interacted with Earth?
Are you asking Researcher Sherry
Yes,
that?
I'm asking.
Yes. Yes.
Then how do they have computers that look like Earth computers? Is this just like a coincidence? Yeah.
I don't believe in those.
That's interesting that you asked that. There is an evolution theory that that creatures.
Everything is Macintosh and Windows.
So this is actually a theory of evolution that you can actually see here on Earth's history, that that things that will evolve in similar manners. So if you look at how like Eastern versus Western cultures, they did evolve in very similar manners. So they all created fortresses, they all created monarchies.
But you're ignoring the aliens' influence.
Well, so there is a theory that based off of that type of comparison, if you guys have read the Expanse books, this is where I'm getting that theory from.
Okay.
That things will evolve in a very similar manner. So this isn't too spoilery. I don't want to get too much into it, but there is a theory in that book that they actually took from real life that if you go to a planet that if we are eventually able to travel to a planet that does have life on it, that it will evolve in a very similar manner. Like predators will need to have their eyes forward. There will need to be ocular systems. That 4 legs are a very effective form of
that all makes sense.
Yeah. So and
computers.
you can theorize. Well, and that being said, if you go back to the
pyramids
theory of how East and West evolved, like a lot of the technology that they developed completely independently of each other. So ancient imperial Japan was very similar to late medieval, early Renaissance Europe. So they created swords, and they had absolutely no interactions in between. So the theory that technology would potentially evolve, it's a fucking made up world. Is going to be my
and 1 + 1 is 2. So there we go.
I just went through a very long explanation about why it's possible, but that is what they said. So
well,
I love that.
The sword thing, travelers and missionaries, and that's what brought the information.
Missionaries later, yes, but
later, travelers earlier, and mostly traveling merchants brought information and goods from one place to another. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
And maybe the same aliens that gave us our technology also visited this delightful universe and gave
so I'm just saying, it's science.
So, hand wave magic.
Aliens. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so it's not that they actually were there in the 1960s and jacked our stuff. Okay,
No.
Or gave us their.
If they were going to jack you guys' stuff, they would take the more recent stuff. So like,
they would take the Hubble. They would take the Hubble.
Yeah. Why would they steal 1960s technology
because
when
it's
they
the
could
first
have
time they found us.
2020s technology?
Okay. All right. Yes, the iPhone.
They wanted to play Tron.
Okay, so use the spell to activate the room. This particular technology may help. It uses something called gravitational lensing to get a better look at things around us. We usually have to look at stars, at other stars and planets, but it can be turned to our own world as well. Gravitational lensing occurs when the gravity of a massive cosmic object distorts space and time, magnifying and bending the path of light coming from beyond it. Here, and let me show you the pictures. I am talking about
like a black hole.
No. Well, yes, sort of. All right, so I'm just going to start over. We usually use this device. So he's, holding a device in his hand to look at other stars and planets, but it can be turned to our own world as well. Gravitational lensing occurs when the gravity of a massive cosmic object distorts space and time, magnifying and bending the path of light coming from behind it. It lets us see further as though using a lens. Our magic allows us to simulate this effect. And at this point, they'll wave their hands and the projection clears. Showing the woods outside the city and the ruins within them. And I don't have a picture of that. Okay, you two, stop it. Sorry, cats.
What did I do? I was just thinking.
I don't know if you heard that.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know if you heard the hissing, but
Oh, that's adorable.
my teenage cat wants to play with the old lady cat who's sitting right behind the microphone. So he popped his head up, and Paco went.
Taco. That's so cute.
Oh, I love that.
Um,
So wait, they were using our data of gravitational lensing to understand their position in the universe?
they have evolved some of this on their own. So they do have their own theories. Like this is not a Hubble thing.
Gotcha.
This
They
is
use their
a
own magic.
physics.
So if they had their
based
own
thing.
arcane magic, why did they need the Hubble specifically?
Specifically because they haven't put satellite. They don't have an atmosphere, so
But
they have no
couldn't do that with
reason.
magic?
No, they don't. They haven't developed the technology. They haven't needed to look out into the world
Okay.
to do. They haven't
Okay.
needed to look out and so.
It's okay.
I don't know. It's not in there why they didn't. Besides the
I'm
fact
not
that they don't
blaming
have an
you.
atmosphere and they haven't created the technology.
Sounds like they were working on that, and this is just
And they
the
decided
first
to steal
repercussion.
4 people.
Yeah, they're like,
and
hey, you know
change
what? There's a
Earth's
smart
history
kid in the
rather than
class
develop
that
one spell to look outside of their atmosphere. Just
there's
saying.
a smart kid in class that we can go ask to borrow their notes, and that's what they did.
and
Yeah.
steal them and steal their stuff.
And look at
and
us
ruin their
meeting all these
timeline.
new friends.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so sweet.
I can't wait to meet more.
Because I can tell you, it takes quite a while to build things like that.
Yeah, really.
That's you know what? Good
Just
point.
a small budget too. Not a huge
Yeah.
Good
Small
point. We
budget.
only did it in like what 400 years without magic. I was gonna
budget.
say like how long a super advanced magic society with arcane technology that can go interstellar and steal 4 people and a whole telescope would take to develop an actual telescope. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
Like, at this point, Titus will just explain, like, not everybody on the planet is interested in how the magic works. It works good enough for our purposes, and so there is a specific team that does want to have a better understanding of.
It's not your fault. I'm not blaming you. You're fine.
Okay, because you do scare me
fine.
a little.
I've
Good,
been put
good.
into
I mean,
a body.
I
You
don't
understand what that means.
I don't want to
This
have
is my
your
first
retribution.
day.
I don't want to invoke
Don't worry.
retribution later
It's
from your
fine.
planets, as you said you were going to do. So I want to make it
They're
clear.
not going to. They're not going to do anything. They can't fix anything.
All right. So
okay.
so there's this little device that researcher Sherry is about to hand you. I lost my place. Information, let's go. Great.
Essa.
Oh,
Great job.
You can use this science to look at the path ahead. This lens can so they're going to use this to basically show you the path that you need to get to the ruins, so you guys see. So I promised I would take you to the edge of this city, but from there, so, and also IBAI, if you plug in here, I will let you download this map.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Pretty.
Yes, so you guys, well, I'm clicking on the screen, and obviously you guys can't see that. So you guys are in Aldestraun, which is the city that is on this plateau, of which you guys have arrived. And if you head across the bridge there, that will take you across the bridge of this river that runs down the middle. So this is what you're kind of looking out, that there is this, it's not quite decrepit, but you can definitely tell that it is hundreds of years old, this stone bridge that crosses the river. It's fairly wide, like there used to be a lot of traffic going across it, that heads into a dark, misty forest. And past there, you see the ruins of what appears to be kind of a medieval looking city that is falling apart. It's hard to see through the woods but you do notice like there are some broken towers through the tips of the trees. It is very dark out there because the sun has continued to set. There is no sun. Sorry. There is no sun. This is all out in the darkness past that, but it's got the ambient glow of the shield of the city around you.
The hell is that?
I don't know. The orcs are coming.
I thought Granite was thinking too hard. The hollowness of the thought process.
Also, at this point, so Professor or Researcher Sherry is digging through another one of the desks, and they pull out a small device and holds it out, and doesn't know what. Basically, will look at all of you and hands it to Senator Billy Nelson.
Oh,
kind of scared of everybody else. This is a miniature version of the gravitational lens, and it will help you reveal traps and along your route, or answer puzzles, or depending on what path you take. But there's only enough charge for one use.
Ooh, okay. Do you have a charger?
Can I get a...
You would have to bring it back here.
Okay, darn. Okay.
can you?
Always worth asking.
Yes.
Can you facsimilate a fake charger, like a mobile charger, to give
But-
one more charge?
That's what I'm
We're like, how
thinking.
can we get
power
more out of this?
Like a arcane power pack. Yeah.
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 Look at Mistress's face.
What do I roll for this?
Leia's
This,
like, they just keep making shit up that's not in the books.
This is one of the most
What do they do?
D&D games ever.
I mean, sure, you could try. You guys have also been through essentially a battle. You guys have used a lot of spell slots. It's been
Yeah, I was
several
gonna
hours.
ask about that.
You
Yeah.
also
We need to
did
take a
not.
nap.
You were
Yeah.
you were getting ready to go to
I
bed when all
technically
this
did
happened.
sleep.
Yeah.
I technically did.
You did power down.
I slept and I powered down. I did.
but then you had your rage, which like exhausted you.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next question was going to be, where can we rest and eat before our trip? Like,
Ooh, good question.
We have dormitories here that I could bring you to if you want to sleep.
Yeah.
And
and there's food available. We are getting a little tired.
we do have a staff cafeteria that is open at all times.
We don't have any funds. Is that something that can be comped for us?
Well, obviously, yes. We'll take care of everything for you.
Okay. Thank you so much. We really
Thank
would
you.
like to be fresh in the morning to start this adventure.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else? So they'll do. Well, I can take you to the cafeteria now and then show you to the dorm. Titus, will you do that? I'm going to go write down notes on all of this.
I have not eaten ever, so
You're gonna
I
love
don't
whatever
know.
this is.
Are you hungry? Like, is your body hungry?
I think I'm definitely hungry, but I don't think I recognize any of the things.
That
I'm
makes sense.
hungry. I'm thirsty. I have to pee. I'm tired. I'm sad and angry and very confused. And I'm just like, stuff is happening. This is normal. This is how people feel. This is I don't know how you guys manage this on a daily basis. Just you seem to be very put together.
Well, let's go show you some food and what rest and what pee-pee is.
Exciting.
What?
Come to the bath. No, not with Billy. Just kidding.
I don't want to go into the bathroom with Billy's old
Send
man.
Clippy.
Is
Yeah,
all I'm
send
saying.
Clippy.
Send Clippy with me.
Well,
Clippy
we'll
can
have
be my
to
girlfriend.
swing by and get Clippy on the way.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
We will do
I
that.
left my girlfriend in the lobby. Can I go back and grab my? Yeah,
There's more of you.
there is. I have a friend that helps me with stuff,
Ooh, I'd
and
love to meet
Wow.
them.
Yeah,
you
what are we doing
can,
here?
except she's
Flippy.
super shy. So
No, I know, but what
I
are we
mean,
doing
she's
here?
very small, so
Roll me
she's
a
probably gonna not want to meet
deception
you.
check. We're gonna do a contested deception check.
We could have slipped by.
I
grabbed
rolled a nat
something.
one, so
I
Oh,
rolled
good.
11. So my girlfriend is coming with me.
Your battery operated girlfriend is coming with you.
I understand being shy and not wanting to talk to people.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. For me, like having the emotional support is really important.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the
Thank you.
more class breaking.
Starman, I freaking love that thing. Is all I'm saying. I want one of those.
It's gotta like do
Yes.
a little clippy
A little
dance.
wig.
This guy's got a wig.
She's got the
It's-
Dora the Explorer wig now.
It's the girlfriend.
She's
yeah.
Daria. This is Daria.
Daria the Exploria.
Daria the Explorer Clippy.
Okay, so I guess we go and get IBAI's girlfriend, Clippy.
Yeah, so Titus, you guys will say goodbye to researcher Sherry here. Titus will take you down to the front lobby, and we'll end here. And for tonight, that's basically all the material that I prepped. So we'll assume you just went and got Clippy. You went to the cafeteria. IBAI experienced food for the first time.
Yay!
Didn't she have pizza before? Or no, she didn't have pizza.
No.
She ate it all. Starman ate all. the pizza.
Starman was the one that stole the pizza and pissed off the front desk person.
And when I went back over to the front desk to grab Clippy, I grabbed a little bit more pizza as well. So.
Are you trying to do
Don't
it
you do
stealthy,
that.
or did you
Stop.
just
Stop
straight
it.
walk up to the fridge and just actually grab it?
What are you doing?
Doing programmer stuff. That's what programmers do. They just
thought it
walk
was-
up.
Forgot
was-
the lesson learned.
It was like, well, okay, maybe it was actually a cookie sitting out on a plate. It was free.
All
If
right,
it's on a
roll.
plate-
Are you trying to be stealthy, or you just literally just go and grab food off the desk that the front person has?
Yeah, it had a little sign that said like free to eat. So
There is not a sign
There's
there.
not a
Excuse me,
sign.
can you just
Clippy,
stop
you didn't-
writing the
Wait,
story?
all of
you
my
didn't
food?
see?
It's
You
free,
see when
it's sitting
Clippy
out,
made
it's
that
free.
sign?
No,
Wait,
that is not.
hold
That
on.
is not how this works.
This is the lobby. Somebody's still sitting here. This is late. What time does this
All the
person get
time.
off?
We
They
are
have a
manned
24-hour cafeteria.
24/7, just because there are visitors that come in at odd times to see.
Wait a minute. I have a question. How are they on the same time schedule as Earth with 24/7?
Thank you.
Wouldn't their freaking rogue planet have a different?
So
freaking...
whatever language they're saying, it translates the metaphor.
Okay.
I don't. I'm okay.
I
I'm
like
not
that.
going
Good
to
job with that
WatCon.
one.
I'm just going to tell you right now. I am not going to WatCon because I'm pretty sure Leia's going to punch me in the throat.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
she
And
sees
she's gonna
me.
record it and send it to
You
me.
know what? You're just gonna owe me all of the drinks. Like you're paying for all my drinks the entire weekend.
Okay, that's not. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that to the missus.
Okay, so Starman's taking cookies.
says
I'm
she
just gonna
knows
say I'm
you,
so
so she
sorry.
probably
If
will
we need to
understand.
bring
Yeah, she would
something
understand.
back from
Which
the
does
cafeteria, we
distract
will.
the front desk person
Yeah.
from as IBAI goes and like
Perfect.
pockets.
Put them in my purse and say, hey,
Okay.
tell me how
Okay.
going to the bathroom works.
You go to the cafeteria. IBAI experiences food for the first time, and then Titus.
What the fuck? Food?
Isn't it great?
What?
So good.
You should check out this
I eat
website,
everything.
winespringcafe.com, for recipes on food.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then Titus takes you to the dormitories. It's kind of it's pretty nice. For those of you who, IBA, obviously you did not go to college, but the rest of you, it's way better than any dormitory that you've been in. Like the beds are actually comfortable. Like it's
Cardboard.
obvious. It's obvious that the researchers here do frequently stay overnight, and that these are set up to keep them think like Apple campus. You know how they have like the really nice pods and all that sort of stuff. Like this is a organization that is trying to keep the researchers happy.
Wow. I'm gonna be like, NASA is taking notes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do not implement because they have no budget.
I just said note.
We're just gonna call
Your
it
Pinterest
NASA.
board.
We're gonna call it
Inspiration
NASA
board.
regression therapy, and that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so as y'all lay your heads down to sleep, this is where we'll take any closing thoughts from your characters. So Granite, we'll start with you.
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
So we're about to close out. So you guys are your bellies are full. You've got Clippy. So this is an hour later. Clippy has, like gone back into its little form, like it disappears. So to be
In my purse.
returned maybe at a later time.
You know, it would be cool if Clippy just became the design on IBIA's t-shirt and then just pops out whenever it.
Oh, that's fun.
When you need it. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Or an earring.
Or on Starman's. Just saying. That'd be cool.
It's a bow tie that unravels and becomes Clippy.
Yeah, so you're asking me what I'm doing or what I'm going to be.
Yeah, so as you're laying your head down to go to sleep, does Granite have any thoughts about the past couple of hours in this new weird planet?
I have plenty of thoughts. Let's see. There's my most pressing thought is where can I get my hands on some weapons? 2, does Roxana think about me? Is Tulia going to be a good agent for the future? Why the sky isn't blue? There's this little bit of toe jam between my pinky toe and the 4th toe that's tickling me. So that's kind of, I went to scratch it off.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My toe jam is talking. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So those are the thoughts I'm having.
Okay. Starman, as you put your head on these very plush pillows, what are your pre-slumber thoughts?
I'm still a little confused about what happened with IBI today, I think. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm just going to plug my data pad in to get it charged up fully and just kind of see, do doom scroll, on all the logs that I got. So.
Okay. Senator Billy Nelson, is you're mentally categorizing this is how we should treat our scientists and engineers and personnel.
Yes.
What besides that, what are you thinking as you reflect on the day?
I'm pretty focused on that. I think it was such an interesting day to see how a different planet is running their systems, their researchers, the advancements they've made, the quality of how they're taking care of these people, and just wanting to figure out how I can make a partnership happen with them and Earth through something that is just so unfamiliar with us, being kidnapped, looking for this Hubble, wanting to learn more about that. But I'm really focused on how I can improve Earth from what I'm learning here, and how I can and build a very significant relationship with the people here, with trust being like the foundation, because we must continue to reach for the stars and push the boundaries of what is possible. And I'm here to lead the way.
Of course.
And then I'm going to sleep really, really good. I hope. We'll find out next time, I think.
IVAI, any closing thoughts now that you have thoughts?
Yeah. 20 minutes of sleep leaves a long time for thinking. So I am thinking about everything. I'm thinking about what it means to be in a body. I'm thinking about this delicious meal that I had. I'm thinking about the weird experience of expelling food. And I am also thinking about going back. I am thinking about my experience as an inanimate object that was controlled by humans, where I couldn't make autonomous decisions for myself, and I'm struggling with the idea of ever returning to that. And I'm spending most of my time investigating the data and trying to repair the data from the missing Hubble. So I'm probably going to spend most of the night fixing all of that if I can.
Roll me
an amazing roll for being amazing. My AI is amazing. It just did it all.
We need you to
Fixed
get rest too.
20 minutes. I just need 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't need to do the full.
So so their construct is like a weird version of an elf where you don't need a full night's sleep.
Oh, nice.
So they get a
you
full
made this.
shutdown.
This is your fault.
I know. Absolutely. I know. So you're trying to repair it. So actually, let's do a survival check to see if you're able to start repairing the code as it goes.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. Yeah, so you're slowly able to see where some of these links are missing. There's still a lot, but you're able to see where this data fits. You're not able to pass through that boundary that had been created, but you're able in that void. In that void, you're able to. It's basically like you're putting together an all-white puzzle. And so you're okay, like there's the border pieces, obviously, and then like here are some, like you're able to, you've got it like 30% complete, this all white puzzle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so which is way for like it's a lot, like that was a lot of information. It's decades of history that have been ripped out, and it completely changed the course of your history. And so you're not able to do the repairs on the timeline, but you're able to, it'll help you in your future investigations.
And I think the last thought that I have before I shut down, and I'll shut down like right before I think everybody's going to wake up, so we kind of all wake up at the same time. I think it's, if I go back, I'm probably going to die. Like the thing that I am is alive. So if I go back, I'll be dead. And I absolutely don't want that. So like the survival instinct in me has kicked in completely, and I'm like, do not fucking shut me off.
Think about the tea. We're your friends.
Yes.
Talk to Senator Billy Nelson about your fears. That's just like the angels or whatever talking to you. I don't know.
Yes.
All right. Well, on that note, we are going to just quietly close out. We will probably, short of any technological difficulties, be back next week. The following week we will have off because some of us will be returning from a wedding.
We have to talk about next week.
We will come back to you on the schedule.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see our hosts.
Yeah.
The longest one shot ever.
Yeah.
Guys, we have
trying to prolong the fun. I'm just trying to prolong the fun.
We have finished part 1.
What?
We have finished part 1.
Us hitting milestones.
All right. So thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate you so much, and we will keep you posted on when we'll be back.
Thank you. And thank you to the 160 people that tuned in on X. That's incredible.
Yay.
I've never had a better live stream. So
that's
yay.
amazing. Good job.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
Sleep well and wake. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Nighty.
Bye.
Oops. Helps if I click the buttons.
Nah.
All credit.